friends, if you're thinking about moving your family to the Carolinas, don't make the mistake that so many people are making right now. And that is choosing a neighborhood or area that looks really great on paper, maybe even online while you're looking at listings. But when it comes down to it, it's inconvenient, isolating, maybe busy traffic, infrastructure isn't great, or just isn't the right fit overall. Now in this video, I'm going to reveal some of the exact family-friendly neighborhoods in Fort Mill, Rock Hill, and Lake Wylie, South Carolina that truly deliver the lifestyle, the schools, the location, and the safety that families like mine are looking for. Now, plus I'm going to reveal at the end of this video, so stick around, one of the most surprising neighborhoods in these three towns that you probably haven't heard of, that a lot of families are moving to and really love. Now, I'm James Lanius. I'm a real estate professional in Charlotte, North Carolina. And whether you're looking way far north in like Concord, Kannapolis, even by Lake Norman, or if you're looking all the way south in like Chester, South Carolina, or York, South Carolina, or east or west, wherever you're looking in the greater Charlotte metro, I'm here to be your guide. So reach out via the phone number on the screen in front of you right there. And you can also schedule a private Zoom call with me via the link in the description. And I'm just here to add value however I can and answer any questions and help guide you on your real estate journey. I get calls and texts and emails every day from folks like you off my YouTube channel just looking for help. So if I can be of any value to you, go ahead and do that and we can connect. Let's go and get started. Let's talk about why so many families in the country are moving to these three areas. And I think the first one, I believe it's at least one of the main reasons, is the lower cost of living than you're getting in Central Charlotte. For example, property taxes in these areas for a primary home are a lot more affordable than in Charlotte. It's not a make or break difference, but it is significant and it does help over the years if you're living somewhere for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? Another reason is the highly rated school system in Fort Mill, especially. Clover, South Carolina, which is right near these areas, also has a really highly rated school district. You have a lot of great school systems in the south part of Charlotte, like Palisades area. So definitely look into that if you're looking for a great school. And these areas have some of the best schools in the entire, really both states, the South and North Carolina. Fort Mill has some of the best highly ranked schools there. So another reason is that some of these lots are way bigger than you might get in the city of Charlotte, or even in some of the more busy metro suburbs like Atlanta, or maybe even Columbia or Raleigh. You have some really large, spacious yards and lots, and a lot of these new build communities are even building bigger lots than some of these other metros, I guess, across the southeast are building. So those are a few reasons why a lot of people are moving here. A couple more is that I think there's a strong community feel here with a lot of family focused events year round. There's tons of opportunities for going apple picking, or maybe pumpkin patch going, or fall activities, tons of Christmas events. There's tons of events in Rock Hill, downtown Rock Hill, and downtown Fort Mill, and surrounding areas for families, very family focused. Tons of things going on all the time. There's tons of museums, parks to go to, which we're going to talk about in a minute, some of the best parks here in the area. And yeah, I think the biggest one, one of the biggest ones as well, is that you have such a close proximity to Charlotte, and a lot of the commuting times aren't bad, like 23 minutes. You don't get the city chaos of living in Charlotte and living in the Charlotte proper area. So when we first got married for a year, then we moved to Fort Mill, South Carolina, and it was an amazing transition. It was still a little bit more busy than we wanted, so we ended up moving even further out of that into York, South Carolina, but we know Fort Mill, Rock Hill, and Lake Wylie very well. These are amazing areas, but it's just a little bit less hustly and bustly than that Charlotte proper area. So if you're looking for that, looking for family friendliness, those are some of the reasons why so many families are moving to these spots. Now, another main reason why these three towns are major hits is that, this is just one of the best school districts in the entire two-state area of North and South Carolina. You have Nation Ford High School, Fort Mill High School, you have Gold Hill Middle, etc. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's anything under 7 rated school in Fort Mill. They're just so good. They're even having to build like 2 more schools because so many people are moving here and so many people love the school district. So now Lake Wylie Clover also has a very good school district, great elementary and middle schools. You have Northwestern High School, which is highly desired. So some really great educational opportunities there. You also have Rock Hill. These are more up and coming. They do have some very good school districts and some good magnet programs and IB options. So definitely something to look into, and some great districts all around, very family friendly. Now, I would recommend looking on schooldigger.com, niche.com. I think greatschools.com is the other one. Not all parts of a school district are amazing or the same. A lot of schools within districts that are good might not be as highly rated for whatever reason, but you're going to get great education, I think, no matter what school you're in. But just to look at those and determine that, I mean, all these things I mentioned are based off of those websites. So if you want more information, look at those. They're some of the best sites for looking at schools and communities. Now, let's go and move on to some lifestyle, some parks and greenways and family fun that make these areas amazing. I mean, Ann Springs Close Greenway in Fort Mill is amazing. We love going here. They have trails, horseback riding, splash pads. I mean, the trails go for like miles. I can't remember how many miles, but it's like a big space in the middle of, Fort Mill. And there's all kinds of stuff to do. There's like a little farm there. You also have Ebenezer Park in Rock Hill, which is an amazing spot. It's on the water of the Catawba River, but it's a really cool spot. You can put your kayaks in, you can boat there. There's a park. I think there's tennis courts, pickleball. I saw last time I was there, you can camp there for the weekend. Riverwalk in Rock Hill is another amazing spot. You have tons of waterfront activities here too. It's on the Catawba River. You kind of have a little downtown area that's part of Riverwalk, which is super cool. It has like shops, breweries. You have the Pump House, which is one of our favorite spots. It is a large old mill house. It's literally a pump house, not a mill house, but it's turned into this like high scale restaurant that you can go and eat at, and it overlooks the Catawba River for a long way, and it's just beautiful. We love going there. We went there last Valentine's Day for lunch, and we love going there every once in a while. So definitely a really cool place, and I think a lot of these areas just feel very family friendly, not quite vacation style, outdoor loving families. Say that 3 times fast. Okay. Now moving on, I want to mention one more time, be sure to stick around because at the end, I'm going to reveal a suburb in this, Fort Mill, Rock Hill, Lake Wylie area that is one that most people overlook. And it's one of the most family loved communities that I've toured. And it's not even in Fort Mill, surprisingly. So stick around. I'm going to reveal it at the end. Now let's get on to what these neighborhoods actually are. I know you've been aching to know. So number one place I want to mention, and this is in Fort Mill, is Baxter Village. And I love Baxter Village, and Madeline and I have been on walks here a lot. We didn't live there when we lived in TKK. We live near it, so we have to walk through like the little downtown area, which has lots of shops. It has a really good Greek place called Ilios Greek. Yeah, it has tons of places to go, little boutiques and stuff. We even got our like pregnancy ultrasound there. It's kind of like a little district, really. It has a Starbucks and stuff. So that's really cool, and it's within walking distance of the really nice neighborhood of Baxter, which all these houses are unique. They're usually colorful. They're very just well designed and laid out the way that the builder created them, and it's a pretty big neighborhood overall for being in Fort Mill. It's also really easy access to I-77. I mean, you can get on 77 within 60 seconds if you don't hit any lights. So really great spot, super family friendly. You have some of the top schools here as well. I'll talk about another neighborhood in Fort Mill, which is great, and that's Massey. This has more resort style amenities. It has a huge pool, newer homes, lots of sidewalks for walking, trails and stuff. It's not quite close to a, place like Baxter Village that you can, walk to eat and drink and go to stores and shop at, and kind of, I would say it's not really like a golf cart community, even though it could be, I guess, if you want to go to the pool and clubhouse. But it's super cool, super family friendly, great homes there. They're newer. And the next one, I love this new neighborhood. It's super amazing. It's one of the most up and coming family friendly neighborhoods, I think, in Fort Mill. That's waterside of the Catawba. This has trails, a clubhouse, super close to nature in the Catawba River. It's super desirable. I don't know how many homes are available here, but they don't pop up much. So let me know if you want to know more about the homes in this community. And bonus mention, I want to mention Springfield neighborhood. That is actually on the Springfield Golf Club, which is a very nice, prestigious golf club. It's pretty high end, a little more luxurious than some of these other ones, even though they're all pretty nice neighborhoods overall. But you have a super nice golf club you're in. You could be on one of the holes. Super great neighborhood too. That's close to more North Fort Mill, but you can sort of maybe walk to some eating and drinking places, but it would be a little bit, you'd probably just drive there. So other than that, let's talk about Rock Hill. Some of my favorite neighborhoods for families in Rock Hill. One is Spencer Estates, and that has a lot of spacious homes, some quiet streets. You have better value there than in Fort Mill. You'd probably be able to get more house for your buck in Rock Hill in general, but especially at Spencer Estates. Fuel Estates is another one. It's near a lot of parks. You have charming older homes with some character. Not as new as maybe some of the other ones I mentioned, but still a great feel for a community, a bit more mature with bigger trees, bigger landscaping that have, kind of run their course rather than something that's been built, and a lot of the trees are still, small. So last one I want to mention, that area I mentioned that's along the river. It has a pump house there. It has kind of a little eating, drinking district, the Baxter in Fort Mill of Rock Hill. And it's super nice. I've shown and helped many people, with homes. Yeah, great spot. Let's talk about Lake Wylie. Now, if you don't know anything about Lake Wylie, it's actually technically it's a river if you are scientific, but it's called Lake Wylie because it is, wide like a lake, but it does run from the Catawba River, which runs, from south to north, and but Lake Wylie basically borders the entirety of Charlotte to the west of the city. And there's actually a city of Lake Wylie, South Carolina, but the whole Lake Wylie, actually, there's parts of Charlotte and North Carolina on that lake. So it's kind of confusing, but if you look at a map, you'll understand better. But yeah, basically some of the top neighborhoods in Lake Wylie I'd recommend for families. One is Paddler's Cove. This has a lot of resort style amenities. You can actually walk to Lake Wylie Elementary. So if you have small children, a great neighborhood for here. Even have a splash pad and a pool here for the kiddos, which is amazing. You also have Autumn Cove, tree-lined streets, big yards, and very peaceful, another great spot. And lastly, the Landing, which is one of my personal favorite. It has waterfront homes that you can buy, dog access. You have family-friendly events here. You have a lake and everything. A lot of great spots here. I think I have a property tour of one home in this area. It's not in the Landing, but it's on the lake. It's on a non-HOA lot. I don't think it's still available. I think it's sold, but I can give you an example of what the Lake Wylie life is like. I think that's one of my first videos if you want to check it out. I don't remember the address, but look up that on my property tour videos and you'll see it. Just kind of see what Lake Wylie looks like. So let's talk about some of the challenges to consider if you're thinking about moving here. One is that Fort Mill homes in particular go very fast. And also I'll mention that Fort Mill schools are often a bit overcrowded. They do very well with the teacher-student ratio, but I will say that they fill up fast. And sometimes if you move here, you might not be able to get in, depending on your grade level. So definitely call the school district before you make major plans, just to make sure there's like a really high demand for whatever grade your kids are in and in the school you're looking at in Fort Mill. So just be aware of that. Traffic on I-77 and 160 going through Fort Mill can be tough. If you're going to move here, it is a bit busy. There's so many traffic lights on 160, but it wasn't too bad. We actually lived in TUK and, drove through this part of, Fort Mill quite a bit. And it wasn't horrible. It was a bit rough at times during rush hour, but it was doable, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And you can kind of find back ways to go around them. If you, want to know those, if you move here, let me know and I can kind of help you. So, okay, let's also talk about HOAs because some areas do have HOAs due to the amenities. So just be sure you know what you're getting. Know that whatever monthly payment you have with a mortgage or whatever, you might quite possibly have an HOA fee on top of that. And not all parts of Rock Hill and Clover have equal school ratings and even safety ratings. So make sure you ask a local expert like myself and just figure out what area is best for you. And also check out crimegrade.org if you want to have an idea for the amount of crime and type of crime in a certain area that grades it by, letter grades for the district and area. Definitely look at that. Now let's go and talk about that number one. Well, I don't know if it's number one, but that hidden gem neighborhood I wanted to mention at the end. And this one is actually in Lake Wylie. It's called Bethel Fields and it's kind of tucked away kind of on the southwest part of Lake Wylie, like the city of Lake Wylie, South Carolina. But it's only minutes to the lake and the Charlotte border, super close to everything, but it's kind of like more of a mature neighborhood. It has, bigger trees, sidewalks, community pool, and much more affordable homes that you're going to find in Fort and even some of the neighborhoods of Rock Hill. It feels a lot more peaceful and safe than, Charlotte proper, I think. Tons of families with young kids, and it's just a great spot. So definitely check that out if you have more questions about that area, or if any homes are available for then or coming soon, let me know and I can help out with that. Yeah, I think I talked about all these neighborhoods and I think I summarized them pretty well, I hope. Let me know if I didn't, and if you have any more insights, if you live here, then go ahead and put that in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And whether you're looking for top-rated schools, backyard barbecues in neighborhoods, community events, or lake access on the weekends for your family, Fort Mill, Rock Hill, and Lake Wylie have it all. And I think they each have individually something special to offer. If you're not sure where to start, I would love to help you figure out what feels right for your family based on your kids' ages. I have a family myself growing, and I kind of know what it's like to find areas based on what you need and the schools and all that good stuff. So let me know if you have questions on that. Go ahead and reach out. My phone number is on the screen again. You can take a screenshot of that, save that for when you need it. You can save it to your contacts if you ever have questions about the Carolinas, about money, finance, real estate, whatever it might be. I'm here to be your guide and just help and add value however I can. And hey, also, if this video helped, it would mean so much to my wife and I as we run this channel. If you like this video and subscribe to our channel, we talk about everything from money, finance, real estate. We do property tours, community tours. Like literally, I walk through a community like Matthews or Belmont or wherever, and just kind of show you the area and what you're getting before you move there, which is super nice. And so yeah, go ahead and check out that. So go ahead and push the notifications if you want to, get updates every time we post a new video, or you can turn off the notifications and subscribe if you don't want to get a notification. This will get your own time. Other than that, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video and showing you around town very soon.